You gonna eat yogurt, Lori? What kind of yogurt is it?
A strawberry?
It's gonna sound like you eating pussy on air, dog.
Just don't eat. Just, just, just don't
Three
make too
grams,
much noise.
99% fat free.
But I like the fat.
8 grams of protein.
The,
Lori
truff-
got the Costco size.
the truffle butter.
Hey, 45 grams of carbs. You saw this one?
3 grams of truffle butter.
That's it.
All right, Tony. Whenever you're ready, we're good to go.
Alright. Alright, ready? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Coming live from your grandmother's favorite grandkids room. This is Lyrically Incorrect, where there's 3 guys who are always politically correct, I guess. To my left, I got Lou.
How's it going, everybody? What's Gucci?
And to my right, I got Lori.
Yo.
And Lou, get us into what we're gonna talk about today.
Yeah. So I guess Furious 7, right? Furious 7 released last Wednesday or last Thursday, one of those days. So we figured it'd be good to, touch base on the series and take a look at the soundtracks, because obviously music was a big part of these movies, and I mean these movies just in general. I mean, speaking for myself right now, I don't know about Lorenzo and Tony, but growing up, like, these movies were the shit. Like, man,
They were the shit.
you got up to see Fast and the Furious 1 through 6. So
That's crazy, yeah.
I feel it. I don't know,
Except
For
for
like-
Tokyo Drift.
except for Tokyo Drift. Yeah.
Y'all tripping. Tokyo Drift was underrated. Y'all underrated Tokyo Drift.
The one thing
Nah.
that I did like about Tokyo Drift was that they had the redneck in there with the country accent.
Hey, yeah, he was from Texas.
That was the only thing I liked about it. But other than
It
that,
was
like,
different, man. It was different. That's what I like.
it was different. But I don't know. I personally, they just moved. They got to. I feel like what happened was they had like. Well, I think it's Universal. Universal had the contract for 2 years, and they didn't think it was gonna be so successful. So they didn't pull back all the big, the big guys, Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, all the homies from the
Well,
first.
At the same time, dude, that's whenever Vin Diesel went to do Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh yeah, that
They
too.
were actually like, yeah, they had like some contract dispute, and then Chronicles of Riddick like offered them way more money. But it's like, I'm going over there instead.
God damn.
Yeah, so then Tokyo Drift was kind of just like this. Okay, we're just gonna throw some shit out there to keep the people enticed to know that Fast and the Furious is still out there. It's still something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I liked it. I liked it.
it wasn't a terrible movie. It wasn't terrible, but it didn't have the homies. That's
I actually wish they brought back that little redneck kid.
the little redneck kid.
I wish they brought him back. Him and Ja Rule, bro.
Ja Rule. That's one of my favorite scenes in like the whole Fast and the Furious series, where he's like losing the race and he's like, Monica.
He knew he forever lost the booty.
forever lost the booty.
He was a trip, man.
And I actually watched this movie last night, and I didn't catch this before coming, because I watched it last night, so I was like, analyzing stuff and looking at stuff a whole lot, closely.
Yeah.
Someone that wasn't black said the N-word in that movie.
Who?
The girl, Monica.
No shit.
Yeah,
Oh, she did, yeah.
she did, and I was like, oh crap, like,
She's
I mean-
doesn't say she said like, nah, you ain't shit, nigga.
yeah, something like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Something like that. So that was the first. I mean, up until then, like, the only time I ever heard the use of the N-word in movies was, a black person.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. At least is a shocker for me, because there's so much
So casually.
and there's so much taboo around that word. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah.
Because what's that one movie? Django had it like.
oh
but
yeah.
But that was
But it wasn't
that was with
casual.
the ER.
Yeah.
Casual, though.
They were making that racist on purpose. Like,
Yeah, but it wasn't casual. You know what I mean?
yeah, that wasn't casual, and she was dropping it more like slang.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Like a
Where, yeah, where like in Django they were dropping it like, you god dang blank.
with the ER.
With the ER. Uncharted territory.
Yeah, the ER is a whole different story.
Yeah, that's another animal. Yeah, yeah. You say that around the wrong people, and they're gonna get, Reverend Jesse Jackson out there. Who's the other black guy? That anytime
Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton. Anytime some regarding race goes down, these two homies always find a way to show up.
Martin Luther King, the ghost of him comes around too.
The ghost of him comes around and whispers in the little kids' ears, telling them to keep dreaming. I don't know, but yeah. So that was crazy. That was shocking. Whenever I was watching that movie last night, I was like, okay, they went there, but she was Mexican. So I guess she was Latino. I don't know if she was Mexican. But
She's Latina.
she's Latina, so she was brown.
For all those,
Maybe it would have had a different effect if she was white.
maybe for all those Boricuas and Dominicano
Yeah. Shout
listeners
out to,
we have out there.
yeah. Maybe we have one Puerto Rican listener out there.
She feeling herself right now to my boys.
Yeah. Puerto Ricans are so funny, man. Like yesterday, I played baseball with like my dad and all of his like Puerto Rican employees, and
Oh yeah, they still work with your dad?
yeah, most of them do. They're just
All the youngins.
I think like one guy doesn't work with my dad anymore, but man, these guys are so funny.
They are. Little Lori, fool, is he still
Yeah.
working?
Yeah, little Lori.
Little Lori.
So little Lori is I gotta tell this story. So Lorenzo, just in like the past 2 or 3 years, bulked up. He used to be like 5. How tall are you, Lori? 5'8"?
5'8", yeah.
5'8". 5'8". He probably weighed 120 pounds.
I did back then. I weighed like 115, 120.
Yeah, with some Timbos on.
God damn.
Without the Timbos, you might as well just knock off 5 pounds. But Lori's been dedicated with the gym, and he's bulked up. And he's looking stout now. So
I'm a solid 155 now.
yeah, there you go, 155, and that's without jumping in the pool. So
Hey.
he goes swimming. You add a few more pounds. Just solid
Game
muscle.
over.
Yeah. Anyway, so in our hometown of Midland, Texas, there was just like there's a baby influx of Puerto Ricans, because there was a lot of jobs at this point.
Yeah.
And, a handful of them showed up and started working for my dad, who owns a restaurant. And one of these guys looked like the 2010 version of Lori,
Bangs and all.
had the bangs, skinny, had a dark complexion. Lori's a lot lighter now. I don't know what'd you do, Lori? You've been bleaching or what?
You've been using
Beyonce's
cream.
You used to be darker, man.
No, for real, like that. That's my mom told me last time I went back. She was like, I'm not as dark as I used to be. I was like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, so
I used to be real dark.
I don't know. Maybe it's him not being out in the sun so much. Maybe he's channeling his inner Sammy Sosa. I don't know.
Maybe.
Only Lorenzo, God, and just them two know.
It's a secret cream.
It's a secret. Anyways, so this guy we named him Little Lorenzo. So, and the funniest thing about this guy is that we all went to a party. I don't know, maybe what was it, a year ago? Maybe. We went to a party at one of my friend's house, and he was there, and I wasn't there, but apparently I left early, but apparently it got super, super crazy. Everyone was really, really drunk.
Yeah.
And little Lorenzo was, spent some game. He got under the sheets with some girl.
I don't know if they're under the sheets, bruh.
He was doing his thing. I mean,
Got him that honey for the night.
fresh off that Puerto Rican boat. You gotta
Hey.
get it where you can. But then one of our friends, Caesar Pine, who I don't know, we might reference him in future episodes. We have some funny stories about him. But yeah, he's very camera happy. So wherever he gets a chance, he's gonna snap a picture of you, take a video if you're in a compromising situation. He's done this to all of us, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
So little Lorenzo was in the comfort of his friend's bedroom, beating it up,
Like a rabbit, bro.
Like a rabbit. He looked like a little rabbit, you know.
He's getting the pumps in.
Yeah, he's the Energizer Bunny. And Caesar walks in, you know, recording. He just catches little Lorenzo mid pump in the act.
He looks like a prairie dog that got caught, bro.
He just like like exactly. He immediately just like sunk back into his hole. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that killed his vibe. Only him and that chick knows, but
Pretty sure.
She just looked up too. She just like looked
I
up.
think she was even. I think when we were outside, she was outside with him, and he was getting it, bro. He had some hands in some. He has his hands in her pants, trying to get in somebody's back car.
he was reaching for her soul.
They were trying to get in Danny's car first.
That's right. They were trying to get in Danny's car.
I think.
But Danny wasn't having it, right?
Nah, he said nah. And then I guess he got it at the end of it, bro.
He took it to the room.
And
Yeah,
he gave her that little squirrel, a little squirrel dick, dog.
Yeah, and we saw this the second day.
Yeah, our friend Caesar sent that in our group text. It has like 10 at that time had like 10 guys in it, and he also posted it on Snapchat. I think it was on one of his stories. So
Yeah, it was Snapchat. It was. God damn.
so yeah, man.
Poor.
I'm gonna ask him for that video today.
I'm sure he still has it.
He probably does, man. But so moral of the story: Puerto Ricans are cool. If we have any Puerto Rican listeners, we appreciate the love.
And if y'all want to send us some mofongo, just let me know and I'll send you my address.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Mofongo is like one of the biggest dishes in Puerto Rico. I was just talking to Jesse about it. I was asking him if his mom does it. He said she really doesn't, but it's made like a lot of like plantains, and it's got like chicken in it and like other stuff mixed into it. And I heard it's really good. I've never tried it. Cause Puerto Rico, I mean they have a lot of dishes with plantains and stuff, but mofongo is like one of the top ones.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I want to try it out. Some mofongo.
Yeah, man.
And then one thing they do a lot too is arroz con leche.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's always good. That's always good on a rainy day.
Oh, arroz con leche, hell yeah!
Yeah.
I mean that's always good. It's always good on a rainy day.
With that cinnamon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our Puerto Rican listeners, yes, just hit me up on the DMs. I'll send you my address.
Hey, slide through them DMs, homie.
And I want some mofongo.
What's our Twitter handle? I forget.
Lyrically incorrect.
Lyrically incorrect. We couldn't fit lyrically incorrect in there.
Just cut off the ECT.
Just cut off the ECT. But yeah.
Or just go to lyricallyincorrect.com.
Yeah. And send your mofongo.
Exactly.
Yeah, or anything. I don't know what other stuff they have in the Puerto Ricans are famous for.
What is it? Boricuas for?
Yeah. That's what they're known for. They're known for baseball players,
J-Lo.
whatever that is, J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Man, J-Lo's like hitting 50, and
Yeah, she's still looking good.
She is.
I don't know how she does it, man. That's crazy.
She got the soul of Selena in her.
That's probably what happened. She
Ever since that movie.
She was probably behind the murder of Selena. That's probably like some that might have been some Illuminati shit.
Damn.
Think about it.
Now Lou's looking too into it right now, bro.
I don't know, man. Is 50 still looking like that?
What if it was Jennifer and Beyonce that killed Selena, bro? Because I think one of Beyonce's influences was Selena, bro.
And Selena was from H-Town. No, she was from Corpus.
She was from Corpus.
Texas,
Yeah, she's from Corpus.
which is pretty close. You never know. Interesting. The plot thickens.
And the Jay-Z's correlated with the Illuminati. God damn.
Man, we could connect these dots like a mofo. You never know, man.
Jay-Z met with
YouTube
Obama,
video.
and then Obama knows Michelle, and Michelle, she was a strong, independent woman like Selena was. So yeah, man, it's we could say it's the Obamas that did it.
So they gadded Selena and they just eliminated Michelle from the face of the planet. Cause that's she's the lost Destiny's Child member.
She is.
Nobody knows who Michelle is.
Poor Michelle, but she's probably doing like a reality show on VH1.
I think she is actually.
That's rough, man. Even Kelly didn't get it that bad.
Hey, to go off of Kelly.
Kelly still had some hits. You know, she had that one song with Nelly.
She did.
She might have been. She might have been in a few Tyler Perry movies. I don't know.
If you remember that video, dude, if you remember that video correctly, she's like sending a text and it's like reading over it. Well, she's not sending a text. She's like writing in an Excel worksheet. Like, hey, boo, where are you? I was like, what the fuck? Like, y'all have to go back and look at that. Like, she's acting like she's sending a text, but she's just writing in a box in an Excel worksheet.
Yeah, poor Michelle. Poor Michelle. And actually, Selena, her anniversary was like, what, a week ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
About a week ago.
Alright.
Alright, so let's get back to these soundtracks.
Let's get back to Fast and the Furious and their soundtrack and their movie. Like I said,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel that like the Fast and the Furious was just like that. It was that one little spark that really like made this sort of like racing culture popular
Yeah.
in our society. You know, like it made it cool. Cause before then, like there was no like Need for Speed video games or
Nope.
you know, kind of stuff along those lines, or street racers. I mean, there might have been. Like
There was,
street-
but that's when they had like Gran Turismo and stuff, and you were like racing like in like off the hillside, you know, and then you had
yeah,
cars.
and it was like the cool thing about Need for Speed was that you could like, you know, you could like customize your car. You could
Yeah, exactly.
add all
Yeah,
this stuff to your engines, and you can change.
yeah.
the
That's when those
job,
started coming out.
add some stickers. Where in
The
like
neon lights.
and like Gran Turismo is like you're racing stock cars.
Yeah,
They-
exactly.
They were supercars, but you couldn't do anything to customize
True.
them. And
Yeah.
after seeing like Fast and the Furious, like this kind of like it made it popular, it made it cool, because I'm sure there was like, you know, street racers and guys that, you know, spent like all their paychecks on their cars. They just weren't as out there as they were after like these movies came out.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were a lot more underground.
Yeah. And it made all of us little kids at the time, because what Fast and the Furious came out, I think, what, 2001, maybe 2003,
No, 2001.
2001.
Mhm.
And you know, for like that year or two after this movie came out, you know, we were all car experts, even if we've never worked on a car in our lives. We were all car experts.
For real, that's when I first learned what a turbo was.
Yeah. You know. So I feel like it definitely did have a big impact on
It is.
on
That
popular
and the-
culture.
That and on the video games too, where they added where you weren't just racing like computers and stuff. That like they integrated where you could race like other people in the video games, and you had rivals, and you
Yeah,
could
Yeah.
race people for like money.
exactly. Racing for pinks, homie.
Hey.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I know that I'm pretty sure Lorenzo had his fair share of street races back in the day. I know I did. Whenever we were young and dumb
And cars, yeah, that's when I got arrested.
and reckless. So reckless, that's what it is. But yeah, man, dope movie. I know that whenever I was like watching the movie and just kind of listening to the soundtrack today, is very like techno kind of rock focused. So I thought that was interesting moment of in popular culture. I know that whenever they're in the scene where it's like the big like racing tournament happens,
Mhm.
like specifically there's like they're playing like a bunch of like heavy techno music, like EDM or whatever, and
Oh
they
yeah,
have like guys like spinning around the glow sticks.
Hell yeah. Hell
So-
yeah.
You know,
when it was. Go ahead.
yeah, like you said, like it was like back in I want to say like the beginning of that kind of scene. So
Was Let's Get It On? Was that song on there?
no, I think
No.
that might have been on Too Fast, Too Furious.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that wasn't on this one.
I know that on Fast and the Furious, the first soundtrack, it was like there was a ton of Ja Rule.
Of course.
Whenever Ja Rule was big at the time, he had like Ashanti on every other song. So
Because they
there,
was hitting it.
yeah, probably. So like there was a lot of Ja Rule, a lot of Ashanti, and I was taking notes earlier today, and that was actually one of my questions. It's like, was Ja Rule getting it? Was he hitting it? But I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure it was.
He had to have been. So it was like the soundtrack. Just whenever I was looking at it, heavy techno, heavy rock, but then it also had like some hip hop sprinkled with Ja Rule, Ashanti. Petey Pablo was on the soundtrack.
Hey.
Shout out to Petey, man. Uh, he fell off. Poor
After
guy.
that one song, dude.
After what was it?
Freaky Leak.
Freaking
Freak
Leak. Yeah,
League.
yeah. That was a nice video though.
A nice little story I have for you about that song is, or the music videos, I used to jack off to that, so yeah.
Understand?
How could you not?
I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna knock you for that. And an interesting thing that I just found, kind of not shocking, but it just surprised me that DMX had a collaboration with Limp Bizkit on this soundtrack.
What song was it?
Man, it was Rollin'.
Yeah, but it was like a remix.
Yeah, it was
Was
like
it,
the
rolling,
it
rolling.
was the remix, and they threw DMX in there, and
Hey,
I listened to it a few times today, and it was pretty good. It was
no shit.
fire. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I never was I wasn't like necessarily a Limp Bizkit fan, but I was
Nobody was.
but I was a fan of like that rap metal kind of genre that sparked in the early 2000s. So that was cool. And DMX is I think he's a pretty amazing rapper. He's done stuff that no other artist has ever done. He's had two top
Albums.
top albums in like 1 year, and like to this
Mm-hmm.
day, like no other artist has been able to do that. So you
He's
gotta
been
give
in the game forever too.
yeah, you gotta give respect where respect's due. But on a side note, I was just reading online somewhere that apparently DMX is like under investigation for like robbing somebody at like a convenience store or gas station or something.
God damn.
So what's happening next? Where'd all your money go, man?
No, he has it, bro. I know he does.
He's just still hood.
He has it.
He's just trying to excite himself.
He still has all his money.
I mean, bro.
He'll be bored at home
He's
one day.
bored
Like,
without it, bro.
I want to go rob somebody.
He he got arrested for impersonating a cop. Like this guy's arrested every other week,
Man, DMX.
and he's always in jail at the Maricopa where they have the pink tents or the pink suits, and they live in like tent cities.
Man, shout out to DMX, keeping it real. It's one of those episodes where it's like when keeping it on Chappelle Show when keeping it real goes wrong. like you don't have to keep it that real, but yeah.
You know, I can picture this situation. Like DMX goes in, he's looking to just get a Kit Kat bar. You know what I mean? He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a Kit Kat bar and maybe like some sweet tea, right? Okay, so he's going up to the counter. Ring ring. Okay, sir, that would be $3.50. He pulls out his card. It doesn't want to work, and he's like, "Hey, hold on, man. Let me just go to my car real quick." And then he's like, "Nah, man, you can't go to your car. Like you have to pay for it now." He's like, "Nigga, don't do this to me." He said, "Don't do this to me," and then he just pulls up on him. You know what I mean? I could picture that happening.
For sure.
I could just see him just saying fucking just walking out.
That is true. He could have just done that. He doesn't have to necessarily like put a gun to their face or anything.
He just said fuck it and walked out.
Basically, I didn't think about that.
And I don't know. I just whatever DMX has done in his past, I just really have like just a respect for his grind because I remember watching a documentary about him, and this was before he was signed to like a major label, and he was in the studio with a whole bunch of other rappers, and they had like a big like A&Rs in the studio because they're just kind of prospecting, like seeing who's out here right now, who's the big rapper coming out of New York at the moment. So there's a bunch of rappers there, and DMX got into like something happened to where he broke his jaw, and he literally had like his jaw sewn shut, so he couldn't even like open his mouth.
Uh-huh.
But
He did the Kanye.
he was there, yeah, and So like all these rappers, they were spitting, they had their turns at the mic, and DMX like literally had his mouth sewn shut, and he got up there and he out rapped every single guy that was there,
Hey,
and he got
what's
signed.
good?
He got signed, and I remember specifically in from that from that from that documentary that the A&R or whatever, the talent, the guy that was looking out for talent, he was like, yeah, DMX, like you could just tell that he was just on another level. He even said, he was like, yeah, my grandma could have even told you that DMX was on another level. That's how good he was. So
Shit.
as much
Damn.
as much downtimes as DMX had, he's still that broken spit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So respect to X. Hopefully you don't stay in jail for too long.
Nah, he won't. He's always out. He's in and out.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't be.
They can't hold him down in there, bruh.
Yeah. And I guess on one of my just touching back on Fast and Furious, one of my favorite lines that from that movie is whenever Vin Diesel Toretto like lets Paul Walker or whatever, what's his name, Brian, in the name of the movie is Brian.
Brian O'Connor?
Yeah, Brian O'Connor. He lets him come over to the house, kind of like his like, all right, you're in, homie.
Well, yeah, that's when he saved his ass from going to jail.
That's when he saved him from going to jail, and he asked him if he wants a beer, and he's like, sure. And Vince Toretto's like, you can have any beer in the world as long as it's Corona. I don't know. There's just something about that line. It's so corny, but it always just stuck with me. Corny ass line, but it always stuck with me.
Not some real shit though. Like,
You know what's interesting about Corona is that like they're like year after year after year, they're like whenever they go to like these like tasting competitions,
uh-huh.
they're always like at the bottom. Like Coronas don't really taste that good, but their advertising campaigns are like they're always like really really good. Whenever
They are like going out to the beach.
yeah. So like whenever people ask the consumers like what their favorite beers are, they always like Corona's always like top 5, top 3. Like just in like awareness to the consumer, but I think they're shitty beers. I just think that's interesting. That
They're
branding can do so much to.
they're selling a
Product.
lifestyle to the
Exactly,
customers.
they're selling.
They really are.
And I think it's cool that I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but I think Corona's had like the same commercial, like holiday commercial, for like 15 years.
They
have the same
where
one.
they light up the trees.
Yeah, where they light up the palm tree.
Yeah.
They haven't updated it, but you know what? You still remember that commercial.
They haven't came up with anything new in a while.
Uh-uh. And
They don't really have to.
Yeah, because you know that's Corona, and like whenever I see that, I still remember it because I see it every other year.
Yeah. Well, that and like Coca-Cola of course has the bears, and they even spiced it up. But
Yeah, they
Corona,
always spice it up a little bit, but
yeah, but they've kept it the same.
that it reminds me of those like the Peeps commercials, like around Easter time, the little yellow Peeps, the marshmallow.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
they're also another brand that they just have like a huge spike in sales around Easter time. So,
But they're not good.
but they always use that same commercial too.
Yeah.
They haven't updated their shit since. I mean, I've never seen like a different commercial from them.
And it's not always like big commercials. Like it's
No.
not like non-stop playing every other break. You know what I mean?
Like you'll catch it every week or so.
Exactly, and you're just like, God damn, like that's all they need.
Well, I mean, you think about it, like they're like this whatever brand the Peeps is. Maybe they're under like a Nabisco or like one of these big holding
True,
companies, but they don't pump any money into advertising because it's only around for like you're only thinking about a Peep for what 2 weeks out of the whole year,
Yep, and that's
Yeah.
it.
and that's it.
Nobody's like, I want a peep right now. Nobody ever says that.
Because like Lorenzo said, they're not even that good.
No, they're not. It's literally like a marshmallow with some sugar on the
Yeah,
outside.
like,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say it's literally just sugar and yellow. That's it. Like like whenever I eat a Peep, I just think yellow.
It's like those shirts that was DGK purple water mix.
That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just sugar and yellow.
Sugar yellow.
That's it, man. Sorry, that was a really random tangent. I don't know how we got to. I don't know how we went from Fast and the Furious to Peeps, but it happened.
What's Easter? It was Easter time.
No, you were talking about Coronas.
Yeah, dang Coronas. All right, so I don't know. We all can agree, right? Fast and the Furious, dope movie,
Oh yeah.
cool soundtrack. But then you shift over to Too Fast, Too Furious, where
And
it's
the game changed completely on that
the
one.
game. Yeah, it changed completely. You got a whole different culture. People already are aware of this kind of street racing culture and kind of everything around it. Fast cars, women, drugs, betting, money, gambling,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
this kind of stuff.
But it wasn't this one weren't they in Florida?
Yeah, they weren't in Florida.
Yeah. So
So
not different side of the country.
yeah, just by looking at this, just by remembering this movie, there's like a really really heavy hip hop footprint on this movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whenever I looked at the soundtrack, I want to say 80% of the songs on the soundtrack were, like it was hip hop. You had a whole bunch of Ludacris because Luda was in the movie.
With that
Yeah.
big ass fro.
They had to have him in the movie, and they had to have him on the soundtrack. He had that big song, "Act the Fool." What you gonna do? Act the fool. So that was a big song. I think that might have been like I don't know.
Anthem of the year, bro.
Maybe, well, it was at least Too Fast, Too Furious' anthem.
Yeah, pretty
Sure.
much.
But you also had a bunch of other hip hop artists. You had I know Chingy was on the soundtrack. Shout out to
Hey.
Chingy.
Yeah, and then Trick Daddy again.
Trick Daddy was in
Trick
there.
Daddy love the kids.
He loved the kids, homie. He's from Miami, so he definitely had a connection there.
Yeah, and then Tyrese was in it.
Tyrese was in it.
Yeah.
I know that Joe Budden was on the soundtrack with "Pump It Up."
Yeah, this
Oh,
this one Tony was
shit.
talking about.
Yeah. You can't forget that song.
That's the one that Tony was just talking about.
Pump
It Up.
it up.
Yeah. And Fat Joe was also on there. You definitely got that Puerto Rican Boricua influence in this.
Hey.
Yeah,
This
him
movie.
and Pitbull was in it too.
Yeah, Pitbull. Lil Flip had a track in there also, so
Ooh,
flip mode. So there's definitely
flip mode.
like a huge. It was a big shift whenever you go from kind of electronic techno, EDM music and rock, and you just complete flip it on its head, and you just have like a really really heavy hip hop.
Well, they did it. They did it. I mean, that's why has a lot of influence because of the region. Because of course, in California, you do have a lot of Asians. You do a lot of those Mexicans that area listen to electronic music a lot. And in Florida, of course, you do have a lot of more hip hop and you have more reggaeton and
You got
stuff.
the hood homies. Got the hood homies in Florida.
Yeah.
But all in all, that movie was Too Fast and Furious was one of my favorites of the series. I don't know. It's just
Yeah. That was my favorite, Too Fast and Furious. And the thing is, too, they were pretty accurate as far as like regions, like the cars too, the type of cars they had.
yeah.
Because you had a little bit more racers over here in Florida, but then you also did have like like the Ferrari, a little bit more supercars.
Yeah, you had like these dang
Not-
Puerto Rican mobsters, Cuban mobsters with all their money, racing around in these exotic cars. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. It was real accurate on the way that they did the regions and stuff too.
Yeah, man, it's dope. So yeah, Too Fast Too Furious definitely gets 2 thumbs up from me.
You can't forget
That was my
Eva
favorite.
Mendes too.
What's up?
You can't forget Eva Mendes.
Oh man, Eva Mendes. You can't say enough about Eva Mendes.
That's one of the reasons why you gotta love the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's funny that it's always on Paul Walker, Brian O'Connor's character, that always has the love dilemmas.
Hell yeah.
In the first
He's a
movie,
player.
it's like, do I stay with what's her name? Is it Mia, right?
Yeah, Mia.
Mia. Am I loyal to Mia? Am I loyal to Toretto? Or do I just turn them in because I'm a cop and they're criminals? And in same thing in Too Fast Too Furious, he's like falls in love with the girl, which fucks shit up.
Yeah.
Makes it more difficult to catch whatever his name is. I forgot. Cuban drug lord.
Probably Carlos, I'm pretty sure.
It's probably Carlos. Yeah. Probably a Carlos. I always thought that was interesting. But shout out to Paul, man. I was devastated he passed. Like I,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
I don't
true.
know about you guys, but it's probably pretty lame of me, but I just took it really hard.
You
No, it was
cried, bro. You cried, you little bitch.
I might have
You're
been.
a little
I,
bitch,
I,
dog. You cried.
I think I might have, man. I remember I remember vividly. I was hanging out with my sister and my girlfriend. I was and we were playing like Mario Kart on
No,
the
mom is way. You cried.
on the Wii or Super Mario, like the adventure one. And I'm like on Twitter or whatever on Instagram, and people were posting stuff that Paul Walker died, and like my mood just just flipped on his head. And it's like, damn, man, because I thought he was always one. He was always one of the good guys.
Yeah, that's true.
he was a very good idol.
You know what I mean? Like, cause I remember like hearing like Ludacris's interview a few weeks ago. No, it was like a week ago. Whenever he talked about Fast Seven or whatever, Furious Seven, and he spoke a little bit about Paul Walker, and he just always talked about how he was like a really like humble dude. Like he had all this money. He was like a famous actor, but he didn't really like change his lifestyle. He was just like a regular homie that happened. He was like a regular homie that happened to be famous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Happened to have all this
Yeah.
money.
He still gave back a lot to
No,
charity.
yeah. I know that he started like his own nonprofit. I think it was called a Reach Out Worldwide, where he would, help, you know, impoverished places that were in need. And the thing about him is that he wasn't just, donating money, sending people. Like he was actually out there.
Yeah, he was donating his time.
He was donating his time, so that is
That's something you definitely can't get back.
that's
not
very,
something.
it's not
money's
something
got-
it's not something you see very often too.
Yeah,
Whenever-
exactly. Time's a lot more valuable than money.
So yeah, and think about how it affected the people that it was helping. Like we can take like a Jay-Z or a Kanye or a P Diddy, and they probably do write fat checks to all these nonprofits.
But do they right? But the time though, time's a whole different.
But yeah,
entity.
like think about like you go to like some country in like Africa or something. Imagine if like these kids saw like Jay-Z. That's like I don't know.
Well, I mean the thing, and then the time thing too. Like imagine just you right now taking a month off of work to go, and go like help other people. Like you
Yeah.
just can't.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that for
Yeah,
sure.
just to do. Yeah, just to
No.
do that.
No way that I could pull that off.
Yeah, because go ahead.
No, man. I was just gonna say that it's just like extremely commendable, and like, we definitely lost a good one way too
Oh
soon.
yeah. But yeah, I was,
Right.
I'm gonna pour some Corona out for Paul. Well, just kidding. I don't drink Corona. I'll pour out some Henny, some
Man.
Heineken for Paul.
Damn, dude. He's not I thought you cried for him, bro.
I did, man. I was bummed out.
You didn't cry enough to go buy a 6-pack and just pour one out, bro.
Not a Corona, man. Corona's not that good.
You couldn't do it for Paul, bro. He's looking down on you right
Couldn't do
now.
it for Paul, man.
Like,
Corona's not like I've got one of my coworkers too. I remember we were talking about we went somewhere we like to a bar and I got Dos Equis and stuff and he got a Corona and he's like, no, I just don't really like Dos Equis. Like I think Corona tastes better. I was like, you're lying. Like you're lying.
people actually order like a Corona out.
People do, yeah, and I've seen a lot of people. I remember whenever I used to work at Lou's restaurant too. It was kind of weird. People would go and order Corona and stuff a lot, and I'm like, yeah, never really was a fan.
I figure like Corona's something that's handed to you at a beach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll drink Coronas on the
It's
beach.
It's like a party sponsored by Corona, free Coronas. That's it. Or
Right.
you go barbecue, or you go to the lake with your homies, and it's like, oh, we got Coronas in the cooler. All right, I'll take it.
Other than that, it's just pure Natty Light for me, bro. So.
Natty.
Tony Extra Hood, Natty Ice.
That's still reverse, bro.
That's the reserve.
Yeah.
Reserve. This is still reserve, bro. It made you reverse. That's what it made you do. It
Tony
made you
Extra Hood.
Those are the high school days. Whenever you're drinking Natty Ice, but if you think about it, like Bud Light wasn't really that much more expensive than Natty Ice.
Yeah.
You pay like what $2-3 more more for a 12-pack.
Yeah. The extra
Bro.
cheap one was Keystone.
Keystone. Blech.
That was a water.
You know,
but
I've never drank a Keystone or a Natty Light.
I've had my fair share of Keystones and Natty Lights.
Tony wouldn't party in high school.
I never had those, bro.
That's
I
true,
was-
man.
Have you
My
partied in high school?
my beer
Hey.
play is like top notch, bro.
Hey,
Palate. So yeah, I never had shitty beer.
Tony started drinking when he was 22.
it's pretty late, man. I remember. I just wanna. This is super super random, but I remember whenever it was I was in high school. I was a sophomore, and this was the time where I don't know. It was kind of hard to get beer. It wasn't like the easiest thing. You can't, because my parents were always like really open. They didn't let me. They didn't like shelter me for anything. So, but they never told me not to drink beer. But they weren't gonna go like blatantly buy me beer, you know. So it was
Yeah.
it was kind of tough.
Yeah.
And we really wanted to get drunk one weekend at one of my friend's house because his parents were out of town. And we were just like, man, who are we gonna like hit up to get us some beer? Because it's tough. I was 16. All of my friends were 16.
Those were the times when you had to find someone with an older sibling.
Something like that.
The
So
dilemma.
that was the problem. So it was my friend Cole. He's Asian, the Korean Asian sensation. He pretty much fell off the face of the planet. I haven't heard from him in years. But anyways, him and our friend Jesse that he was on a few episodes ago. They worked at Target and hey, we really buy us some, and like pretty much everyone said no to my knowledge. But there's this one lady that was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll buy y'all beer. But the fucked up shit is that she wanted to charge us like $80 to buy us beer.
Fuck?
Like seriously?
Where'd y'all find
$80? She was a coworker of Cole and Jesse.
that? Gotcha.
And she was some Mexican lady, and she wanted to charge us $80, and I was like, that's stupid because I didn't even think we were gonna waste $80 on beer in the beginning to begin with.
Damn.
You know what? I think we spent like $100 on beer, so that was nuts. But eventually I got to my senses and I was like, wait, I have a cousin that's 24. He could totally buy us beer. So shout out to my cousin. Shout out to my
Rodrigo?
cousin Ray. No, my
Ray.
cousin Ray.
Oh, yeah. Victor's brother?
Yeah. So that was a fun night because we bought 4 of the baby Heineken kegs
Hey.
that you can buy. So that was dope. It got extremely trashed, but it was fun. Another random tangent.
And you'd have to drop 80 bones.
I didn't have to drop 80 bones. I dropped $20 for my little my little keg. We all had our personal little kegs.
That's all you needed?
It was fun. It was cool. And I think I had it's a lot of beer, man. It looks like a little keg, but it's a lot. I had it for really. Anyways, we digress. Tokyo Drift. What do you guys remember from this movie?
A lot of ricers.
Man. I just remember the drifting, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of ricers
It
in
was
there.
the best, dude.
I did like one of the biggest thing that attracted me when I was like, when there were that one scene they were driving and the cops started chasing after them, and they just like hauled ass and took off. I'm like, damn, like I wish we could do that over here in this country. Where like everybody so fast just take off on the cops. Even though people do, but the chances of getting away here is a lot slimmer than it is over there.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't forget little Bow Wow selling the fucked up iPods.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this like soundtrack and stuff, like the soundtrack. Of course, it has a lot more electronic music, and it like of course back then I didn't know who any of these people were, and now like some of these like DJs and stuff I'm looking at, I'm like, oh, I know who it is now. Kind of weird. I didn't know like they were like in the soundtrack.
Yeah. Well, I know that the one thing that like stood out to me, like it definitely had like a bunch of like Japanese artists, right? Because it's in Tokyo, and like the first sound, like the big song that came out with the movie, and it has like the Asian girls singing these high notes.
I used to love that.
The name of that artist were the Teriyaki Boys.
Yeah. Well, see, like that's what I was gonna say. Like that's some like some DJs right now, they're actually like kind of big now in the industry. Like and back then, I didn't know who it was.
Are they
It's
the
a
one?
weird name.
Are they the ones that had the da na 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 na
That
na?
one.
Yeah.
Exactly. The Teriyaki
That
Boys,
was
man.
the
Yeah.
that was my favorite song from that movie.
Teriyaki Boys. Man.
Yeah, and then DJ Shadow's really kind of big now. And the song he had was of course in this movie is with Mos Def, which is pretty sick.
What's
Yeah,
good?
yeah.
Back then I didn't know who it was, and now I know like he's pretty big. And then back then nobody even know who Far East Movement was.
Yeah. And they like came out with like a big song, when, like I don't know, 4 or 5 years after that they had that one
Yeah,
song.
exactly. A hit.
Getting high like a getting fly like a G6, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with that one chick, whatever her name was.
Dev.
Yeah, Dev.
She's not around anymore. I'm
She-
pretty
she-
sure, bro.
She gone.
She actually is. She's just not in the mainstream, but she's still making music.
Yeah.
You just gotta you just gotta be looking around.
Shout out to Dev.
Shout out to her sexy little self.
Oh, I don't want to cut anybody off, but is anyone like moving stuff around in the background?
That's Tony.
I'm not.
No. I don't know. I just heard some background noise.
No, I heard it too.
Oh. Yeah, I wasn't doing anything. I was moving my foot. That's it.
I don't care.
That was it.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, continue. Where are we at? Dev. So she's still out there doing her thing.
Yeah, and then I didn't know. I thought this was on a different one. I thought this was on like part 4. Song Bandoleros with Don Omar, Tego Calderon.
Hey, what's good?
I remember Lazo used to play that shit like a motherfucker all the time.
That was on Tokyo Drift?
Yeah, it's on Tokyo Drift.
You know the one thing that like kind of shocked me whenever I was just looking through these soundtracks and listening to them earlier today, is that like Ja Rule was in the first one and he had like 5 songs on the soundtrack. Ludacris was on the second movie and he had like 4 or 5 songs on the soundtrack. And then you got Lil Bow Wow in Tokyo Drift.
Ain't
But
got no songs.
You look at the soundtrack and they didn't show Bow Wow when you love.
Because he got the most acting time, bro.
I mean, it was weird to me. I was like, but then again,
He did get some solid acting time.
yeah, but Ja Rule and Ludacris are probably better rappers than Lil Bow Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know about Ja Rule.
Ja Rule had some hits, man.
He had some hits. I don't mean he good.
But can you think of any like
Lil Bow Wow, Lil
Lil
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow songs like off the
Lil
top of
Bow
your
Wow.
head? Like
Yeah, dog. You ain't bumping. You ain't riding. You ain't precious as is.
Yeah, there's that one.
all right, there's one.
He had some more. I just have to. I haven't looked at Lil Bow Wow in forever, so I'm not gonna know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
You could ask me 2 years ago, I still wouldn't have known.
Exactly.
But you could ask me about Ja Rule 2 years ago, I still wouldn't have known either.
True. So maybe Ja Rule was hotter at the time that movie dropped, so they decided to put him in the
Yeah,
let him
all I
have a
know
heavy
is
presence.
Murder Inc.
Yeah, with Ashanti.
Murder.
Yeah, but like Tony was saying though, Lil Bow Wow did have a lot more acting time in this one.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they have to pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like you either get screen time or soundtrack.
Like we're gonna pick the token black guy to play the token black rapper. Do you want to rap or do you want to be an actor?
Yeah.
So he acted.
So I mean, I don't know. The movie was funny. I liked it because it had the white guy with the southern accent. And then you had a Vin Diesel with his cameo at the end, which I thought was kind of dope. You know, whenever he like races him at the end of the movie,
Where he just pulls up.
he just pulls up. He has a minute on the screen. I thought that was
Yeah, which I really liked on the last movie. Have you seen the last one? I don't want to ruin it.
chill.
Nah.
I think our Fast and the Furious podcast is gonna be a 2-part episode.
Oh damn! So y'all haven't seen it?
Shit,
Yeah.
no.
What happened to watching it in Midland?
Well, some shit went down, man.
Things happen.
Damn!
But-
all the hype.
I think I'm gonna watch it maybe like Thursday or something.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll probably bootleg it or some shit.
So, but yeah, let's Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious. That's the fourth.
So
Just
the next
Fast and
one-
Furious. No,
No,
yeah.
it's just Fast and Furious.
That's
That
not
was
a lot of. That's
In
not a
09?
This is the one.
forget.
This is the one that takes place in like South America, Central America, right? Where they're
No.
like,
No, that's Fast 5.
Yeah, this is the one that takes place in Mexico.
no, yeah, Mexico. Excuse me. Where they like go through like that cave
Yeah, they go underneath
To-
the mountains.
to like
Oh, that's right.
to smuggle whatever they're smuggling, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. And he like goes through like a fucking mountain or something. He drives
Yeah,
through a
yeah,
mountain.
yeah.
But I just said underneath the mountains.
Yeah, so I don't know. Always had a little bit of trouble, like distinguishing these movies a little bit, but
Because they're always so different. They're just always so different. You know what I mean?
yeah. But this was a dope one too, man. Like, and like just touching on like the soundtrack. This one had like a whole nother switch. You go from rock focus to hip hop focus, and you kind of go to like the
Techno.
EDM, techno, Japanese music, whatever. And then you get to Fast and Furious, Sans Deep. It's a whole bunch of reggaeton. So this is I guess whenever Daddy Yankee was popping. Shout out to our friend Danny, aka Danny Yankee, who was the big reggaeton head in our crew growing up.
Damn, I just noticed things has a lot of Don Omar in it.
Yeah, Don Omar and the other dude, the
Diego Calderon.
Calderon. Yeah.
What's good?
Those two homies, and then like I don't know, I love this song though. Like their big one, that was like the main song of this soundtrack, the Danzo Crudo.
Oh yeah.
That's my shit. That's my shit.
You gotta sing it for me. I gotta know what it is. Sing it for me.
I don't even know the words, man. I don't even. Think it's
Bitch, how do you like the song?
honestly,
But you ain't know how it goes.
I don't think it's in Spanish.
Yeah, I think it is.
There's like some parts in Spanish, but I think there's some parts that are in like Portuguese or something. I could play it.
Everybody just knows the beats.
Yeah.
Do the beat.
Na media vuelta.
Hey!
Danzo Crudo.
I got you. Okay, I know the song now.
There you go.
I know
There you
it.
That's my shit. I love that song.
It goes manos arriba.
Mano arriba. Something like that. Anyways, I'm butchering the song. Sorry, Don Omar. Sorry, Diego Calderon. I apologize, but it's a good song. So that storyline is what? So this is after Tokyo Drift, right? This
Yeah.
like in like the grand scheme of Fast and the Furious. This happens after Tokyo Drift. Apparently someone
This is where Letty dies.
yeah, Letty supposedly dies. That's the
Uh-oh. Dun dun dun.
dun dun dun. Letty dies. Vin Diesel's heartbroken. It's just rough times. It's rough times. Poor Vin. You know one thing that like I always thought Vin Diesel was gay.
That was a rumor. We checked it like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, dude.
He has two kids.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
mean,
always
kids
thought
don't
he
mean
was
that.
gay.
Lori actually tried to press me on that, bro. He tried to say, yeah, Vin Diesel came out as gay, and I was like,
I
boy,
could have sworn for the longest
Vin
time.
Diesel did not come out in People magazine as being gay. Like that was just something people talked about because he was in Diaper Dash or Pacifier or some shitty movie.
Oh man, it's just like always thought like just like the way he talked. Like he's like this big bulky dude, but he kind of had like that soft voice. Whenever he was like, just like talking.
Nah, you were just feeling though.
I don't know.
he just had a soft voice.
Maybe
He
it's
doesn't have a soft voice.
No, he does. Like whenever he's just
He has a
talking
hard
normal,
voice.
He does. He's got
whenever he's just like
strange
talking
voice.
normal. You know what? Maybe it's something about bald guys. I don't know. Maybe I like the cue balls. I don't know.
And probably because he had some fresh eyebrows too.
Eyebrows on
God
fleek.
damn, who is noticing them eyebrows?
Eyebrows.
Was
I
that
didn't
you,
notice my-
Lori?
That's the only hair he had on his whole head, dog.
I don't know. I feel like Vin Diesel's the kind of guy that gets like mani-pedis. As big and tough as he is, he still gets his mani-pedis every 2 weeks.
I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah. I enjoy my good pedicure every now and then too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking man.
But yeah, that was a good one. It's just cool seeing that like how Fast and the Furious like this series kind of just like there's so many like iterations of it, so you can kind of see like it's the culture's footprint on the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've always really liked about this series.
It's kind of like our Star Wars or our Star Trek, not in like the movie sense, but in like the sense that we get to follow it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I know that for what movies for the fifth and sixth one, Fast Five and Fast and the Furious Six, like we all like there's like a big crew of like 10 or 12 of us that all
Exactly.
just went out and watched this movie. So yeah, and honestly, like these like Fast and the Furious movies, they're not critically acclaimed. It's not the best acting. It's not the best script. It's not the best storytelling. But they're just fun to watch.
Yeah.
And like half the stuff that happens in the movie, it's complete bullshit. Like cars can't do that.
Yeah, they exaggerated a
They
lot.
Remember they
exaggerate.
were on the airplane what was it? The airplane
Yeah, in
Yeah,
landing
that's
strip for like 60 miles,
the
bro.
six, yeah, that's like the longest landing strip in the history of mankind, of the universe. But who cares? It's just a fun movie. It was a fun scene.
It was exciting.
It's exciting,
Just wait till I watch the new one.
action packed.
Which I typically hate action movies. I'm not an action movie fan.
I love
And-
action movies.
And you know what I mean? And I can sit there and watch Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, for sure, man. I feel you. They're definitely they're goodies. They're goodies.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So, I don't know about you guys, but I think that we should save our dives into Fast 5 and Fast and the Furious 6 and Furious 7 for next week.
Yeah, I'm down
After-
for that. Yeah, because we're pretty much at a good like halfway.
Yeah, we're right
That
at it.
is true.
Tony, you committing to watching the Furious 7 this week?
God damn.
Dog, go check it out.
Go check it out,
Y'all
man.
pressing me right now. Y'all pressing me right
Check it out. I know that I will.
And
Yeah, sometime this week I'm gonna go check it out.
I
Check it out,
know,
Alamo.
I know if I'm gonna pay fucking $12 to go see it. It'll be seen though. It'll be seen.
All
It was
right.
$10 at the Alamo, dog.
Bro, but when you go to Alamo Draft House, you just don't be buying a ticket, bro.
You gotta
Exactly.
buy.
You drink. Exactly.
Exactly, bro. That's where the money goes.
You gotta buy beer. So, I got someone sent me a $25 gift card to Fandango.
Ooh,
So that's
Hey,
that's where I'm using that
you didn't want to use it for Home?
for home.
Yeah, the movie Home. Isn't that a movie Home? The little blue dinosaur, purple dinosaur.
Nah, I'm gonna save it for Fast. And is this the last one? Is Fast 7, Furious 7 the last one?
yeah, it's done.
Go ahead.
It's so sad. I've heard that like
The last scene.
the last scene is gonna have me in tears.
You will cry, dog. You will.
So did you cry, Lori?
I am not gonna answer that.
Y'all some straight little bitches right now, bro.
It's because you got no heart, Tony. You got no heart.
Y'all crying about movies.
But it's Paul Walker, fool.
Fuck Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
Y'all can send y'all's hate mail to me directly.
Some of the only other person or there's a few other people whose deaths, like the people that I didn't physically know, like in person, that probably had an impact like Paul Walker, was Greg Plitt and Aziz Shea Shervin. Aziz?
Aziz Ansari died, bro.
Nah, dog, it's a different Aziz. It was a bodybuilder. Look him up. It's ZYZZ.
Randy.
That boy Ziz. Check him out, dog. And Greg Plitt. Greg Plitt is badass. He just died like a couple months ago. Very
No
sad.
clue who those people are.
Look him up, dog. Look him up.
Rest in peace, Paul Walker.
That was Lewis's 2 cents. R.I.P. Paul Walker.
R.I.P. Paul. So I guess we can just go ahead and close this out with our usual. You can thank you for listening. We always appreciate it. I don't know what what our listening number is now. I'm gonna have to look into it, but hopefully it's growing. But if it's not, oh well, you know. We appreciate our small group of loyal fans.
Yeah.
But
Check lyricallyincorrect.com.
check lyricallyincorrect.com. That's where we post our podcast, and check on iTunes. They're also getting fed into that into
Yeah.
that store, the iTunes store, and follow us on Twitter, lyrically incorrect at lyrically incorrect or lyrically incore
Yeah.
because we couldn't squeeze the ECT. But,
I swear people on Twitter be having the longest Twitter handles, but we
Right?
can't get 3 more letters.
what the hell?
Like,
That
I
is
bleach
true.
my in dreams, like, good vibes hippie 24/7, and we can't get lyrically incorrect.
That is true.
Shenanigans.
Actually, you know what? Let me look one up real quick. I'm just gonna check real quick and give you like.
Find a long ass name and
I bleedswag.com, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the Twitter handle right there.
probably. And then also an update is our Instagram account is active now. So like we said that our first post was going to be our first like question that we got from a listener, or if it's a bot, whatever. It was a question. So I'm counting it as a win in our book. So that was our first Instagram post. Shout out to @DrakeVersusAll for shooting that at us.
Shout out to whoever's running that Twitter.
Don't laugh, Tony. Damn it, that was a question.
The thing that broke my heart was I looked a week later and he just asked these same ass questions to everybody on Twitter.
Chill, homie.
Chill.
But yeah, hit us up on there. Instagram's fun. We'll post pictures. You might even see our faces in an Instagram picture here and there. You never know.
So I want to know. Okay, so here's a long Twitter name. Samsung Mobile US.
Well, because it's Samsung, bro. Of course they could.
So they could pay for like 3 extra letters or what?
Probably, yeah.
So,
I
so
guess
can
so.
we pay for 3 extra letters?
I don't know if I want to pay for 3 extra letters.
Yeah.
I mean, how much do 3 extra letters cost?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Samsung Mobile USA. That is a lot of letters.
I mean, there's one dude that's like Reckless Brandon. That's pretty damn long.
Reckless Brandon. Lyrically incorrect.
No, I think Reckless Brandon is. No, wait a minute.
Lyrically incorrect might be more than that.
That is true. When you think about it, lyrically as itself is like 8 or 9 letters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's up there. Anyways, I still think it's Boo Boo.
Yeah. Boo boo.
Oh well. Well, as always, thanks everybody for listening, and we will continue our Fast and the Furious episode next week. So stay tuned for part 2.
Stay
Alright.
tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned.
Good night, fellas.
Good night.
Good night.
Take it easy.